going on today?
You know, if something like that is happening where we just drove them a long ways away and said, don't come back?
No.
You need to know that too.
No, no. I have told you everything that I know, and
I'm surprised as we get more of the phone data back. Your phone, his phone.
Shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be is usually an answer that tells me that there's something.
No, I know.
Oh yeah.
So it was like this, and then all these branches were broken off and put in it. This is probably, I mean, it's really odd.
On October 28th, at around 5:30 p.m., a woman by the name of Cordelia LaFlex goes to the Crow Wing County Sheriff's Office reporting her boyfriend, Bryce Brogdell, was missing. Cordelia, shockingly, expressed concerns that her father, Michael LaFlex, may be the reason for his disappearance. Just hours ago, Michael and Bryce would go to a storage complex to dump some of Bryce's belongings. Michael repeatedly told Cordelia to stay home and shower instead of coming to the storage unit. Shortly thereafter, Cordelia texted Bryce, but wouldn't receive a response. Approximately 2 hours later, Michael came back alone to his house, manically claiming an unmarked vehicle came to the storage complex and took Bryce. He claimed these men were undercover agents, but was never shown a badge. Cordelia would report this in.
Whoa. Now, what you talking about? You telling me some random people just hopped out black truck and take my wife, and you coming back to the crib telling me some secret agents did it, but they ain't show you no badge, and you don't know where he at? It sounds like a setup to me.
Information to the Crow Wing County Sheriffs, but upon searching arrest records, Bryce was nowhere to be found. Due to Michael's suspicious story, he was quickly listed as the primary suspect in Bryce's disappearance. As such, officers would bring Michael to the storage complex that same night to get a better understanding of the story.
You mind if we look around in there, Mike?
Yeah.
Can I get you to look at a little consent thing here?
Yeah.
Do you mind us just checking to see, what these guys, if they left anything?
Yeah. It didn't happen here. We pulled out and that's what happened.
Yeah, and it's just basic missing person 101.
I get that. I figured when she said, she had said, she goes, Dad, I'm going to go file a missing person report. And I was the last one seen with him.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. And so I figured sometime, if not today, tomorrow, you guys will be talking with me. So.
Right.
If we could just start again with what happened.
So we came here, we unloaded, we pulled out.
And you're driving this
the white Escape with a U-Haul trailer. And
this is one that your daughter and him have driven?
Yeah, it's in my name. Okay. The thing is he has I keep saying fall, but last spring when they were going to set out for Arizona, he had a shitty car, and he asked if I could, have the money for the transmission. And we came up with I don't want to say scheme, but of my mother-in-law selling him their car for a down payment and then money. Well, she didn't feel right. She wanted it in Cordelia's name, and Bryce wouldn't go for it. So I said, well, put it in my name, and when it's paid off, I'll carry insurance on it. You guys pay me for the insurance, and then when you pay it off, it's yours. So that's what they've been driving, basically doing first.
So they've been gone somewhere?
Yeah, they went to Arizona first. Somewhere, he wouldn't let us know where they were at. And then from there, they were there beginning of August, I think.
Yep.
And then they headed up to Washington, somewhere in Washington. Okay. Again, he wouldn't let us know. Cordelia said to me it was somewhere in a small town near. That's all I ever got over.
Okay.
And they just came back.
And they got back on Wednesday?
Yes. We got back Wednesday, and...
Do you know about what time they showed up?
5:15ish.
Okay.
At 5, I was putting laundry and I was washing my sheets, so Cordelia got up my bed. She asked if she could stay with me while Bryce stayed somewhere else.
What Michael is yet to explain is that he believed there was a verbal and physical abuse between Bryce and Cordelia allegedly had bruising on her neck. He told Bryce that if he ever saw bruises on Cordelia, he would never speak to him again. Ever since, the two have barely spoken.
I said, why don't
you... Are they not getting along? Or?
No, I don't care for him much.
Okay.
And it's not that I would never throw somebody out on the street for that.
You know, if something like that is happening where we just drove them a long ways away and said, don't come back,
No.
you need to know that.
No, that was, no. No, yeah, we unloaded. Anyways, I got here, she said she was disgusting. I said, shower, we'll come up here. Street for that, for not liking it. But he,
The two have barely spoken.
I said, why don't
Are they
you?
not getting along? Or?
No. I don't care for him much.
Okay.
I think I don't care for
and-
him very much.
And it's not that I would
It's
never
okay.
throw somebody out on the street for that, for not liking it. But he didn't want to go stay at my mother-in-law. He wasn't going to stay there because they don't like him. So, but anyways, so there's always been the fighting and him being that way. But she just knows that I don't care. I didn't care for him that much, and he didn't.
That's
You know,
your
he doesn't
kid.
want to be where he's not liked.
Okay.
That's your kid.
So, anyways, I got here. She said she was disgusting. I said, shower, we'll come up here. We'll do the, unload it. We unloaded it.
So what did you unload?
Okay. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, we unloaded all that stuff back there.
Okay.
This here too. I don't see anything else up here. It's mostly back there. What was left in the trailer was two, like the dish baskets.
Okay.
That had toiletry kind of stuff in it. He said to leave them in there, and then there was a black garbage can that was empty.
Okay. So you guys, you drove right up here from the house.
Yes.
Unloaded. Well, how long did that take?
Oh, 45 minutes maybe. Maybe. Because he was looking at stuff and trying to figure out if he was going to keep something or take something. And I think there was one bag in there too, clothing bag or something.
Okay. And then you left here.
We left here.
And where did this interaction occur?
It happened just right out here. We got out, got just down, started to get up to speed, and the lights came on, and it happened right down here.
Notice how shaky Michael's voice is when he speaks of the incident. He's clearly nervous while speaking to the police, as if he has critical information he's hiding from them.
And you said you're not good with cars.
It wasn't, the one was a small, kind of like your size there,
Okay.
or something that size.
But there was lights on them?
No, there was
Emergency lights?
yeah, there was the ones that come up front. I didn't see anything up top, but there was the ones that came on the car. Look, it was kind of a dark gray, and it kind of looked like those the new cars.
Okay.
But I'm not 100. Like I said, it came by like that and pulled in front of the vehicles, and they put him in the back seat. The other one up, the officer walked around, got in the car, passenger seat, and they left.
Okay.
And then they came back to me. The other two came back to me. The one came to my side, let me out, took my cuffs up, and said, "Is this vehicle registered to you?" And I said, "Yes, it is."
Which vehicle did you end up in?
The white one.
The white.
The white Ford Escape.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Bryce ended up in which one?
The dark gray, whatever it was.
He was driving the white
Yeah,
Escape,
he-
you're saying.
yes.
So which vehicle did you end up
Oh, the SUV.
Okay. And Bryce was put in which one?
The gray car.
It's awfully coincidental that Michael would go out alone with Bryce, whom he highly despises, and when approached by two unidentified men, only Bryce would be taken away. Based on Michael's shaky tone and specific attention to random details when recollecting the story, it's likely something is being held from his story. For now, police will follow along with Michael's claims so that he'll continue speaking with them.
But it probably did happen, but I think he set it up though. I think he set it up for it to be a kidnapping. Yeah, he set it up. You telling me they came out, hopped out the black truck, only kidnapped him, and you was right there with him? You set him up. Back door vibes. Back door. Close that back door.
I was,
Did he say anything to you when Bryce?
No, he didn't. When we left here, he said, "Thank you for your help," and that was it.
Did you guys have any other conversation?
No, I asked him on the way up here how the drive was. He said, "Nice, decent."
Okay.
It really, most of the time we've ever talked, and I can show you messages where I've never, except for, you know, one time last spring, you know, I didn't see the bruises. My mother-in-law did, my daughter did. I just said, if I ever see another bruise on her, I said I won't be having words with you. Mm-hmm. And that was the end. But there's been so much conflict from his side, and I can show you messages where, and I didn't respond any bad way, but just.
Did Cordelia not want to come with, or what was the deal? How come she to come with?
Said she was smelly and stuff and needed to shower.
Okay. All right.
When was the last time you guys had messages like that where it was...
I got my phone right here. Once they got out of here, we hardly heard from her. The one messenger, but no, because actually I blocked him on Facebook, so I wouldn't even have him on here. But back in August,
you blocked him on Facebook, but y'all cool enough for him to pull up to your trailer. What's going on here? What'd you say you had in that trailer? He said something like, if you move, I got some money for you or something.
or so, yeah, August, he was trying to find out how much he owed, because he owed me $1,000 towards that car, and he owed Trudy $5,000. And then I
just said, money had to be involved, because there's no way that this dude is going to this man, and he don't even like him. And he going there. It had to be some money involved. $5,000? Yeah, I would go too. I'm going to my aunt's jump for $5,000. But I gotta be tooled up. Like, come on, man. This man out here got caught lacking. I ain't even gonna lie. You don't go to your aunt's jump. It sounds too good to be true. This is one of them things that sound too good to be true, man.
He was trying to find out how much he owed, because he owed me $1,000 towards that car, and he owed Trudy $5,000. And then I was I had it in my name for insurance also, and that was $100 a month. So he sent me a message, how much money do we still owe you on the cards? Well, I didn't respond right away because I'm busy with life. And then it would be like, come on, man up and do your job. And I was busy. It wasn't high on my priority. And then, it was like, exactly, why don't you step up and be the father you were supposed to be? And just shit like that. And I sent back just, you owe me $600 yet on the loan, and you owe me $100 a month.
Michael's only digging a deeper pit for himself by describing his hatred towards Bryce. His despise towards him will only be used against him and has essentially zero upside towards proving his innocence. If you choose to speak with law enforcement, it's critical to only reveal information that would benefit your party. Everything else will simply go against you.
So nothing recently where you guys have had?
No, because we haven't been able to talk to her. I mean, June, I hardly got to talk to her.
How did you know she was coming back?
She called me. She called me Sunday and said, Dad, I'm going to be back in a week or so. And I was like, oh, sweet. I said, what's going on? She says, well, things just fell apart out here. And then that was Sunday during the day, and then Monday, she called me, and she said, Dad, we're coming home tonight.
He's not messed up. You should kill his son.
And I said, what? She goes, yeah, we're leaving tonight. This thing's turned really bad, and we got to go. We're getting a U-Haul. I said, you got that much shit? You need a U-Haul now? When they left, they had everything they had in that Ford Escape and one of those things that go with the racks that go in the back end. Mm-hmm. And I said, yeah, we got, stuff. And they just didn't want to pack the cars so tight, so they rented a U-Haul, found out it was cheap.
Did she ever expand on why when you said things are blowing up out there?
No, she didn't. She did once they got back here, and after this went down, I went back because I thought she was going to be taken too. I figured when I got back to the house she was going to be gone.
So you're thinking there's just something bad that they got into out there?
Out in Washington, or I did hear the two when the guy was taking cuffs out of me. He did say Arizona. He did say Arizona. Mm-hmm. So when I got home, I said, "What the hell happened?" I said, what's going on? I said something. I said, Bryce has been arrested. I said, and they were saying Arizona. And she's like, Dad, nothing. Well, then I did get out of her that the cops were called a couple times, but it was because she went to work with bruises on her face. And, you know, she said nothing come of it. She goes, but it is that if...
Hold on, Chuck. She went to work with bruises on her face. She went to work with bruises on her face. He lost it.
Out there, if enough people come forward and say this is happening, then they can do something about it. But they left after the second time a cop came. They left down there, and that's when they headed north. And I'd like to say that was mid-August.
Do you think Bryce is involved in drugs at all?
I'm sure. Well, I know he's a hardcore pot smoker.
Okay.
And Cordelia smokes too. But yeah, he used to brag last spring when they were here how much pot he was, you know, had with him most of the time or around, and or could get his hands on.
And did you see? Did he have a phone with him?
I didn't actually see it. I didn't actually see it.
You just Cordelia's telling you that he had two phones.
Cordelia had two phones.
Okay.
Because then Cordelia's got the one that was another thing when they left here. He made her leave her cell phone that she always had for years here. So the smartphone, he's like, we're not going to be tracked.
We'll be able to get more detailed records from that phone.
Yeah.
I just want to. I don't want to see you get jammed up.
No.
I mean, was there anything to do with Bryce's phone today?
No, nothing, sir. Yeah.
Any idea why that's happening?
I do not know, sir.
Man, definitely a 10.
Notice Michael's shift in tonality when he's directly confronted about Bryce's missing phone. This is because Michael is flat out lying about what he knows. In fact, Michael threw both of Bryce's phones just hours prior in a trash receptacle. The police already know Michael's lying through his teeth about these phones, but they'll wait to expose his lies until the end of their talk.
I mean, you're free to go in my truck and look. I mean, that's what that's for.
I can go grab another phone here real quick. I'll just do another one.
And Beth says that she said
That Bryce said on the way back that he had a feeling that somebody was going to get arrested when he got back here. She said the FBI. Cordelia actually did.
Does he have any reason to
Just disappear?
or make it look like he's disappeared?
I don't think so. I don't think, no. I mean, she said they were going to be going back to Montana to work. And that they were, I mean, he was very, what's the word, possessive of her. And, you know, he was, all her phones, or all her emails and everything went through his phone so he could watch who she was talking to. I think her Facebook, everything was going through his phone, so he could screen everything.
Yeah,
I just said, like I said, Sunday when she had called me, you know, I was like putting wood at a friend's and cutting trees, and she just said, you know, Dad, I built a crash on your couch, you know, for a couple of weeks, and Bryce will find a place to sleep.
Well, like I was saying with the phone, again, it's totally up to you if you want to do that. I mean, what we can do is we can go down, we can dump it tonight, we can bring it, you know, I'm assuming we're going to go back down to the party again.
Yeah.
We can bring it back to it there tonight. We've done it that way. Things that we'd be looking for on it is just the coincides with what you're talking.
Yeah.
As far as the location data, where you were, and I just did you
Yeah.
the phone with you that night?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, it should show. It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
That it's a piece of evidence that.
Yeah. Yeah. I you know, I got home. I actually went and talked to my uncle up in this. Yeah, I went over and talked
On Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you talked to him Wednesday night. Have you talked to anyone else about this?
Well, I told a few people about it. Told Sue's mom, Sue's, Sue's my mother-in-law, my wife. I told a little bit about the Mid-Daws. You know, people that were close to Cordelia.
Yep. But what do they say about it?
Well, the one, I said, you know, the one thing they said that, you know, if it's like that, it's got to be something pretty serious. You know, and that's all they kind of said.
Yeah, because if you're saying they hopped out the car and snatched him up, the police did
So what
that.
you're telling us is
Gotta
that
be some shit.
the last you saw him, he was in a unmarked type
Squad car.
Yep.
You believe he was being arrested?
Yes, it was a dark gray, what I believe to be a Ford. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And you've never had his phone, you weren't in possession of it today?
It was in the vehicle.
Okay.
I took it. I did take it.
Michael claimed he had absolutely no recollection of this phone earlier, but now has finally confessed to taking it before Bryce's disappearance. This immediately takes all credibility away from Michael's story and makes...
Yeah, you wanna know why he did that? Because they know if they find it, his fingerprints are gonna be fresh on it. Like, they're gonna be like fresh on it. Like, he the last person to touch it, like, on it. That's why he was like, hold on now. I did touch the phone, but technically, after I touched it, it was still in the car. Look, he like, hold on now.
Makes him look a whole lot more suspicious.
And I just wanted my daughter to get away from him. I didn't want her to,
He did it for his daughter, bro.
after him, but that's just it.
It was in what vehicle?
It was in mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what'd you do with it?
I put it in the trash.
Okay. Where?
In Brighton.
Where in Brighton?
Holiday.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the dumpster?
Yes. No. In a garbage can.
Like in the gas?
Yes.
Which one?
I believe the center one. Yeah, the center one, the closest aisle. It was sitting on the center console, and I was scared, to tell you the truth. I was scared of the whole situation, and I wasn't sure. I was afraid, honestly, of somebody tracking it and coming after my daughter.
When did that happen? After he...
He think he in the movies or something? Hold on. Wait the fuck, man. You gon' chat. You gon' throw his phone in the trash after you think that he just got arrested by the FBI. Or whatever you think he just got arrested by. Because you thought they was some cops. That was you said. You thought they was some cops. So even though you thought they was some cops, so even if they was some cops, why would you throw that man phone away? Like, he ain't gonna need it when he get out.
He was taken?
Yeah. What? Wasn't me with the phone?
Yeah.
I had it.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm afraid. I told my daughter yesterday, I said, just wherever you're going, let me know. If you're going here, going there, I was afraid.
When did you drop it?
I dropped it tonight.
Okay, on the way to your sister's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think so. I mean,
Do something to it?
my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, not my father-in-law, he's dead. Everybody down here wanted Cordelia away from me.
Mm-hmm.
But, in the grand scheme of things, doing something to him wouldn't change my daughter in that way. She's got to come to the conclusion that I don't want this anymore.
Yeah.
If she's being abused. And as much as it hurts and hard, I got to let her make that decision. I mean, I can't,
Sometimes it's not
He
even
sounds
good.
good.
I
He sound good.
Yeah.
Nah, he's
and
not.
just a little bit you told me.
Yeah,
I can tell this is torn you off.
yeah,
Her being away with him,
Yeah.
him controlling her. You never know when you're going to see her or hear from her again.
yeah,
I can't imagine what I would do.
yeah. No,
And it might be just something as far as I'm going to scare the living shit out of this kid and keep him away from my daughter. If something like that is happening where we just drove him a long ways away and said, don't come back, you need to know that too.
No. I mean, because he wouldn't stop. He's the type that he thinks he's overly smart. He always bragged about when he took tests, he scored off the charts. And I just told him that usually people that talk like that are dumb. But that was what he was.
Well, at this point in time, I hope you feel like we're just doing our job.
Yeah.
We're not putting things in. And we hope that you would be able to tell us whatever you know.
I have told you everything that I know and
There's not going to be any surprises. We're going to get more of the phone data back. Your phone, his phone.
shouldn't be.
shouldn't be is usually an answer that tells me that there's something.
I nothing from my phone. I mean, I'm all over the place. I mean, I go
When he had it, were people calling? Did you answer a phone?
No, I didn't answer anything. Actually shut it off. You know.
When did it get turned back on?
It never did.
You know, it's been on.
Then I never did.
It doesn't go through your voicemail.
Because I never turned it on. Maybe I didn't shut it off.
Following this footage, police would interview various relatives and friends of everyone involved. During these discussions, they would speak to Bryce's landlord, who stated just hours prior to the disappearance of Bryce, Michael had called him asking if he had any knowledge of Cordelia having marks or signs of physical abuse. He responded to this saying he had seen her with 2 black eyes. This prompted further discussion between the two, which allegedly ended with Michael stating that he, quote, already had the hole dug. Based off this and various other witness testimonies, a foot search was initiated in hopes to find Bryce. And
that's why he did it. That's why he did it. Game over. That's why he did it. That's why he did it. His daughter had 2 black eyes. He killed him. Case closed. That's all he needed. That's all he needed right there. When his daughter came home with 2 black eyes, somebody was gonna die. I mean,
and 2 days later, body cam footage would reveal the discovery of Bryce's remains.
why you like 2 black eyes?
Oh yeah, it was like this, and then all these branches were broken off and put in it. Oh, so we gotta
Tell them to go live and they can see what.
we'll probably need a probe of some sort. It looks like, so it's a sandy, previously dug area that they broke off branches and stuck them in the ground.
Fresh leaves on top.
And then fresh leaves on top. But it's, you know,
This is probably animals.
we kind of dug down with their boots about 6 to 8 inches and don't see anything. But this is probably, I mean, it's really odd.
Start digging, or do we want to?
Well, I think if we get a probe of some sort to start with,
Okay,
and
they're live now, so they can see.
would be great. Before we,
Just off the trail. So if you take the trail, take the hard 90 to the west, maybe halfway back to the circle, or real close to the
Just come
circle.
straight south from the circle, you'll see us.
Okay. All right. Yep.
and all this stuff was laid on top of it. All these broken branches were like stuck in it.
I'd say this
Be
is.
a deep hole though, for us not to already have.
Oh, is that you guys digging here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But everything else, I mean, when you dig down deep enough, it's all sand here, so that's all we got on the surface here.
Just looks.
Yep.
And why is it broken up? It is.
Yeah, it's not like a.
Well, there's broken off big branches, medium-sized branches, and little branches that were broken off and stuck in the middle of it. I mean, it could be something like that, but somebody put a bunch of broken branches.
I mean, the dirt's disturbed about 10-foot by 10-foot circle here.
Try and dig down there, it's all rooted stuff, and this is all just loose, obviously not rooted. The other thing that these are red oaks all around us, and these aren't oak leaves.
Those are not leaves.
Yep. They're actually from 9th Avenue.
Chad.
The officer's suspicions
Niggas said they actually from 9th Avenue.
were indeed correct, and digging up that area would reveal Bryce with a gunshot to the head. In connection to Bryce's murder, detectives discovered blood on the walls of Michael's storage container. It's believed Michael shot Bryce inside the unit, dragged his body into his car with the sled, and then buried his body in the wooded area. Michael would be arrested and tried, undergoing a multi-day trial where he would be ultimately found of first-degree premeditated murder and was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility.
Yeah, he cooked. Alright, chat. We broke down some good beds. I'm a little tired. I'm gonna take it.